What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are getting into the event that we have been waiting for so very long. The story of the decade. Todd McFarlane, Greg Capullo. This is Batman and Spawn, issue number 1. Two dark heroes, cursed by tragedy. They find their paths crossing, but this is not by choice. There is a sinister foe at work, one that is pitting the Dark Knight against the Hellspawn. From the shadows of Gotham City to New York City, this is the epic event that people have been waiting for almost 2 decades. Now, be sure to like this video, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you're not missing any of the Batman Spawn crossover. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this amazing issue number 1, we are picking up with some narration from Simmons, aka Spawn. He has come to learn some truths about the Dark Knight. The two of them, they are plagued by tragedy. Specifically, the night of June 26th, the night Wanda had been taken from Spawn, and the night that Martha and Thomas had been taken from Batman. The nights that molded both of them into who they are today. The night that Simmons says they turned into monsters. And he dealt with depression for a very long time, and then anger. Then he decided to do something about it. He went into the void, the black abyss, where heaven and hell intersect together, where the dead zones were created, the place where every soul, for every heartbeat, had passed through. A portal. If it could be unlocked, it might be the way for him to retrieve his wife Wanda's soul. And so he tried with everything that he had. But in that darkness, a voice told him that his power needed to be used to unlock what had been given to another. A monster that looked a lot like him, covered in black, so powerful it uncovered his entire being, even his battle cape, the one they referred to as the Black Beast. That voice in the void letting Spawn know that he can send Spawn to that Black Beast. He can do this only for a night, and only because Spawn has no soul. If he could get the beast to unlock the portal, it would also unlock Wanda's soul. But Spawn, he should have known better. He was far too ready to blindly accept this as truth. He spent time with the beast, inside of his cave, where he revealed himself. And he curses himself for what nearly happened that day. That is what jumps us over to Bruce Wayne, the day his parents died. This is the anniversary date. Unable to sleep, unable to do anything but think of his parents. Think about his loss. When the bat signal goes up, Alfred lets him know that you should stay. But Batman is not one to stay inside when people are needing his help. The bat suits up and he goes out. Commissioner Gordon, he gave a very cryptic message. Messages leading to the same alley where Batman was first born. He knew that this was not coincidence. As he ventured deeper into the maze of shadows, he finds himself almost confused. He thought he knew every square inch of Gotham, especially this alley. But where he is standing, he says this should not exist. That is when he sees a small pearl on the ground. There stands a man from the Court of Owls, holding the pearl necklace that once belonged to Martha, going on to let Batman know that one of these pearls, something is hidden inside of one of them. Something that Martha didn't even know about. Something Thomas had kept secret. The Court of Owls wanted that pearl necklace, and they would stop at nothing to get it. Lunging at the mysterious figure, he disappears and reappears right behind Batman as the necklace snaps. Batman trying to grab hold of the pearls. The mysterious Court of Owls member disappears, and what we see in his place is Spawn. as Spawn kicks Batman in the back. Batman is quickly recognizing that one of their monsters has arrived. It is enraged and it is coming with the power to take on the likes of Superman, with Spawn letting Batman know that he has something that he needs. Batman does all he can to survive, but even that may not be enough. Hearing his own cartilage pop, his tendons tear as each blow lands, with Batman just getting his bell rung. That is when all of it stops instantly, almost like something had shut down Spawn's power. That something is what is referred to as a dead zone, hidden space where warriors from heaven or hell, they are rendered useless. While Batman, he remains unchanged. That gives Batman the opportunity to fight back, and he doesn't pull a single punch. His body may be screaming, but Batman delivers the same savageness that he had just endured. As the minutes pass, these two heavyweights, they are laying down the hate on one another, neither of them able to gain the advantage. This is playing out exactly like the Court of Owls had intended. They wanted to kill Bruce Wayne for years. This new recruit, this Hellspawn, this could ultimately deliver them that goal. For centuries, Gotham has served the cloaked agendas of the Court of Owls. These shadow players will do anything to quench the thirst of power, killing Bruce Wayne being one small sip. Some court members, they believe that Batman could instead be their salvation, that he could lead them into the future. Regardless of the outcome, they are going to get an answer this night. Batman sends his foe flying out of the dead zone, but Batman stops fighting, with Batman staying inside the dead zone, Spawn staying just outside of it. The two of them find themselves at a pause, neither of them willing to budge. Spawn unwilling to give up his power. Spawn also believing that Batman has trapped himself, that eventually he will have to step out of the dead zone. This is where Batman learns the truth. But Spawn is believing that Batman, he believes that Batman is the one responsible for Wanda's death, that Batman is holding on to her very soul. He wants her soul back. This is when they get a glimpse of a Court of Owls member, Batman saying that they are being watched. Batman going on to explain that they have been tricked. Batman stepping forward out of the dead zone, saying that you can kill me if you want, otherwise we need to have a discussion. That is where we pick up with the Court of Owls. Getting a status update, Batman has not been defeated, and so they have their own plans. This is where we have Talon come into play, their newest assassin. Talon lets them know that if they plan on defeating Batman, it has to happen tonight. He is going to exploit their weaknesses. This has already begun. Each had a woman they once loved. That will be their downfall. Batman dies tonight, and with him, his soul. As we pick back up with Spawn and Batman, Batman has figured out that somebody is playing with reality, that somebody out there, they believe that his wife, Spawn's wife, and Batman's parents, they didn't only die on the same day, they died at the same moment, meaning they're capable of shifting time frames. Spawn going on to say that a court exists in every dimension. Batman has his Court of Owls, while Spawn has been dealing with the Court of Priests, organizations that have been around for centuries. Spawn goes on to let Batman know that being human, it's simply not sustainable against the enemies that Spawn has. That Batman has no idea what exists on his side. That he doesn't care how good Batman is. They would wipe him out. That they will take liking being a human right away from you. They will make you become the monster that you never wanted to be. Saying that Spawn, that is what his future will look like. That is what Batman's future would look like. That if he keeps going, Spawn is the inevitable outcome. Batman going on to say that there are others that have superpowers, much like the Man of Steel. Spawn interjecting, saying in his future, Superman doesn't survive. They killed him first because they were not scared of him. not like they should be. This is when Batman, he gets a little fed up with this whole charade, letting him know that if this were the case, Batman would have been dead years ago, that having powers isn't all what it takes. But Batman uses his brain unlike anybody else, that he finds their weaknesses, he exploits them, he uses it against them, as the two of them head out to find out what is truly going on. That is what takes us to the one and only Joker. The Joker telling them that it took them long enough to get here. He can only suspect that they are looking for the Court of Owls. Joker knows that they are messing with the natural balance of things. As they begin their interrogation, we learn that the Joker, he is not working with the Court of Owls. Playing in riddles, playing in jokes. They are not getting any of the answers that they actually want from him. Giving a small detail, a small clue, that they weren't talking about the Joker when they were interrogating some thugs. They were talking about an individual by the name of Joe. Joker letting it be known that he wants the Court of Owls destroyed as well. That they are encroaching on what is his. As Batman and Spawn begin to leave, this is where we see the little clowns come to play. A bunch of little violators, only hinting that those in Spawn's world, they are working with the Joker, not knowing in which way or which manner. This is building to something so much bigger, with their enemies capable of moving between dimensional realms, neither of them fully trusting one another, each of them drawing up their own battle plan for how tonight will end. That is where we have Talon. They have 90 minutes to do what needs to be done. But Talon is also informing us that if they kill Batman, this war is over and they lose. Refusing to let that happen. Talon finding that small pearl, some kind of device. Talon only has to go and find Batman now. That if things don't go their way, he is free to kill the Batman. That after tonight, he will be of no value. Talon believes that he has Batman's number, because when Batman figures out that he can save his mother, he will open up that portal. This is when silence fills the room, and that is when Spawn arrives. Spawn taking the boss, asking Talon that if you want him or Batman, then you will come find them. Spawn disappearing, and now Talon is on the hunt. That is what takes us to the outskirts of Gotham. It doesn't take long for Talon to show up, the battle beginning immediately. Talon trying to let Batman say that if all of this is going to work, then you are going to do exactly what I tell you. Because the truth is, Talon says that they are responsible for making him. The day that his mom died, that is when they created him. Without them, there would be no Batman. Those words echo through the corridors of Arkham Asylum. The lights turning on, exposing Spawn. Arkham Asylum also being partially a dead zone. Spawn's powers do not work within all of Arkham Asylum, so he is limited to where he can and cannot fight. Having the Court of Owl members currently tied up prisoner, letting Talon know that you can talk all the smack that you want, but at the end of the day, you need what he has in his hand. You need that device, that pearl, letting Talon know that you must come to me if you want it. Talon, without hesitation, rushes in on Spawn, the inmates watching as these two titans duel together. It was no accident that Arkham Asylum had been built on this site. Someone knew a dead zone was there, a place where criminals' powers would be dampened. With Spawn's necro energy just not working, we see Talon using flames from his hands. This shoots Spawn back, letting Spawn know that his powers, they don't work here. So he wants to make it a fair fight. Throwing down his sword, throwing down his weapons. Flame coming from his fist. He starts hitting Spawn, telling Batman to watch, to look at his power, that he can use these powers to help him save his mother, to save his mother's soul. That is when Spawn hits back. Knocking Talon back, the Court of Owls member goes to put an arrow in the back of Spawn, only for Batman to come in. The Court of Owl member starts striking violently, randomly, running out of time, only having moments to open up the portal. That is when Spawn says to cut the lights. With the lights going out, Spawn goes in to attack the Court of Owl member, but he has taken the appearance of Batman, driving a stake right through the chest of this Court of Owl member. Batman wondering what he has done, as Spawn, posing as Batman, sports around his kill. All of the inmates of Arkham Asylum witness this. Spawn lets them know that now they will be afraid of you, because now they think that if they push you too far, that you just might kill them. They are all going to think twice before coming in after you again. This might very well help you survive a little bit longer. No longer inside the dead zone, we see Spawn's full abilities coming to play, with Talon grabbing hold of Spawn and throwing him into the dead zone. They have 2 minutes remaining. Talon letting Batman know that this is his last chance to help him open up the portal, or he is going to cut the throat of Spawn. Batman gives him an ultimatum to go ahead and kill Spawn, the man who just killed somebody. But if he does, Batman will release a button and this entire asylum will shut down. Every cell will open up and every inmate will be coming for Talon. Because while they may come for Batman, Talon just announced to all of Arkham Asylum that he is responsible for the creation of Batman. Many of the inmates had been put in prison by Batman, Talon being the man responsible for the creation of the Bat. These inmates will tear Talon apart. Spawn making his way outside of the zone, Batman saying that no one is going to save his mother's soul, that hers was taken long ago like Wanda's and like Al Simmons. That is why they needed Batman. His soul is still intact. They wanted his humanity, the one weapon all of them lost so long ago. We see Spawn open up his cape, Batman kicking Talon, and the darkness swallows Talon whole. Just like that, we see Spawn disappear. Batman finding that device, finding that small pearl. It finds itself cracked, not knowing the significance of what this will do. In the epilogue, what we see is Wanda staring out at the bat signal, not knowing what it means. In another universe, we see Martha still alive, and somewhere in the void, we see the Violator, saying that everything is going exactly as planned. And now, it is time for the next move. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a lot of fun, definitely awesome seeing these two going together. If it were not for the dead zones, this would have never been a fight to begin with. But luckily for Batman, those dead zones exist, giving him just that small opportunity to fight against Spawn. But what we are seeing is that there are much bigger things at play. Not sure exactly what the Violator is up to, working with the Joker, working against everything, appearing that this seems to be the plan all along. Everything that has taken place, being able to jump realms in this nature, it seems that the Court of Priests, they very well likely might be trying to take down the Court of Owls. Neither organization wanting somebody else to be the ruling power, having this dimensional war, trying to pit Spawn and Batman against one another. We don't know what they have in store, but this is just the beginning. All in all, the story was phenomenal, the artwork was fantastic, and I am so excited to see what is in store for both Spawn and Batman. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything that is currently going on with Spawn or Batman, be sure to check out the link in in my description as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on all ongoing series. Now, if you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.